Hey, what's up? Time for another morning analysis. Today it's Monday, the 1st of December, and I have a actual trade setup that I can review. So I took a trade on XRP. It was making this bull flag pattern on the daily, and it actually broke down. So I think I went long around somewhere here and got stopped out around here. So I took a note of this pattern that it failed, although I also took a note that it was in a downtrend, because the last time I saw this pattern was in an uptrend, and of course it's going to behave a lot different depending on the macro trend. So just took a note of that, and yeah, maybe we'll see it again in the future, and we know better what to do with it. So the stop loss was also good. You can see that after it hit stop loss, it went down much further, which is what you want to see. You don't want to see it hit your stop then reverse. And I think I lost what I should have lost, so I am happy with that trade. Then I also took a trade on the meme coin, Mojak. Here I was looking to go long when we hit this low here, and then I was targeting somewhere around here. So in fact it did make that. However, whenever I see signals developing that go against me, I want to exit immediately because you never really know what's going to happen. So it was making this flag-ish consolidation pattern, and that tells me that it is likely to go down further. So I exited around here, and what can happen in these cases is it can basically do another leg like this, or it can make a marginal lower low or a smaller higher low and then proceed upwards. And it did the last one in this case. However, I didn't take this trade because it went a little bit too early, so I do want to see this low gets taken before I would go into it, and it didn't really, and yeah, I just stayed out of it. So I took kind of a half loss here and a loss on the other one. So that's it for the trades themselves. I still think it's good what I did, because I should always react to whatever is happening and not be clouded with things that I want to happen. Just being led by whatever the chart is painting, and whenever I did that, I believe that I handled everything as I should have, and should be happy with that. Now, to look at the market overall, I'm going to start with Bitcoin. We finally saw the retracement, which happened Monday night, of course, as always. It went down very steep, and now it's consolidating a little bit at the 86 level, which is the first level, of course, of any type of support, given that this is the area where we were before we saw that last bump to 92k. So I do think that this is the area where we are likely to bounce back up, maybe hang around, then do something like this, or maybe faster. We could see a return. We could also go a little bit lower. It's, yeah, for me, I think the most important level right now on Bitcoin is actually the previous all-time high, or this last low that we made here in April. But I do believe that we can bottom out in any area near that level. So it's a little bit, it's not super clear, on the macro where we're going. However, what is clear though is that we're probably going to see a little bounce or some stalling in this area here first before we may go down. So the thing is that we can make money on this move here, this upside move. That's what I think is the highest probability for now. So I am slightly bullish on the short term on Bitcoin for today or tomorrow, depending on whether we see that up move today or not. But I'm also prepared for some zigzaggery in this area. Okay, so now on to Sol. Sol has gone down way more. It's almost at the lows already. But it is resting on this very important support here. But you know, it's probably gonna follow something like Bitcoin. For XRP as well, the support is around here, the lowest part of this consolidation, and we may take it a little bit and then see a small bounce up, at least before moving down. But it's also likely that it's just an ABC, so that we would see something like this. But in both cases, we're gonna see a retracement up from around this level. Then the fourth coin is kind of strong, and the USDT dominance, big pullback here. Doesn't really seem like it wants to stop. Yeah, so there is some liquidity here that was taken. Right here, there is one level here which is just took, and the next will be around here and here. So that is the only thing that I have on this, and I don't like that because it's not that strong, it's not that significant as this top here or this low here. It's like the tops in between, and those are not really very predictive of reversals or anything. But we also could see first maybe a squaring up. So that would indicate that for today at least we see a bounce. But that's kinda assuming things, projecting. While it is also likely to spike up a little bit more. So today is a little bit more complex, more difficult, more mixed signals, more possibilities. And I think on these type of days, it is good to refrain from trading or just try one setup, you know, because maybe it's gonna go down a little bit, make that triangle, and then we could see on Bitcoin, you know, bounce towards this level here, maybe and that's it. And that's the best I can do for now, for example. Or maybe the meme coin. You know, if it were to go to this level here, I would also be interested. This is a very nice support level. So that's gonna be it, I think. I think I might, let's see which one is the best to take. So Bitcoin was okay, for sure. Ethereum, well, Solana looks the weakest. So it's gonna be like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or XRP if I were to make any long. And I think the stop loss would have to be quite big. Maybe something like this. Yeah, so I think this makes the most sense for a trade. It's not like the best odds, so it's maybe even better to not trade at all, but if I were to have to do something, this would be what I do. So that'll be it.